Hey everybody, this is Mike again, making another short video in my garage. I haven't posted a YouTube video in at least 2 years, and I thought it was time. Two of my project managers, shout out to Matt and Trevor, mentioned that they hadn't seen anything new in quite a while. So I thought I would take the time. I'm actually in between projects. For those of you that are familiar with my YouTube channel, you know that I'm a commercial contractor. I'm actually a construction superintendent. And I'm in between projects, and all of this is laid out because I'm going through the cleaning process so that I can repack everything for the next project. So let's get into it and let me show you what I'm doing. All right, so like I mentioned, everything that you see laid out here on the workbench, this is everything that I typically need for a project. And since I'm in between projects, I am going through every single tool, cleaning it up, making sure everything works properly, charging all my batteries, and making sure I have every single bit or part or tool that I could possibly need on a job site. Because a lot of the work that I do is at night. If you don't have something on hand, you can't run down to Home Depot at 2 o'clock in the morning. So this is the process that I go through in between every project. All right, so depending on the project that I'm doing, I may need a gang box that needs high security, or I can use this Milwaukee pack-out setup that's low security. So what I used on that long project for Apple was this Milwaukee pack-out. And although it has a lot of storage capacity there, I left a lot of stuff behind when I took off for that 8-month project because it just wouldn't fit. So it became apparent early on there were a lot of tools that I needed. So I'm not going to be using that Milwaukee pack-out going forward. I do have some more Apple projects that are lined up, at least I hope, Trevor. So I have purchased a new tool chest, and I don't have it yet. It's going to be arriving in another couple of weeks, and everything that you see here and then some is going to go inside of that tool chest. So be watching for that video here in the coming weeks. Okay, so even though I own nearly every single cordless tool that DeWalt manufactures, I only take what I need. I can absolutely tell you that these tools that are laid out on the workbench, I will need each of those specific tools based on the project that I'm about to go do. So depending on what that project is, I leave all that other stuff behind. But I guarantee you I will use every single thing that's laid out on this table. Okay, just a final note to keep this video short. Some of you may be wondering why I need to carry all this stuff, all of these tools. Why do I need to take this with me from job to job if I'm simply just a construction superintendent? Well, the truth of the matter is I consider myself a working superintendent, and it's not uncommon for me to work side by side with some of these subcontractors. And it helps to have all this stuff on hand anyway, because a lot of the jobs that I do are at night. And like I mentioned earlier, you can't just run to Home Depot at 2 o'clock in the morning. So it's common for subcontractors to come up to me and say, man, do you have an extra drill bit? Do you have an extra blade? Did you bring your hammer drill? Do you have any zip ties? Do you need, can I use your multimeter? Whatever. So I'm usually the guy that saves the day so that a certain task doesn't get pushed off until the following night. Having all this stuff on hand as a superintendent really helps keep the project on schedule so that things don't get pushed off. And I work for a really good general contractor. The project managers are always kind enough to give me a call and say, hey, you want to do this, you want to do that, there's some extra work there, you want to make an extra few bucks. And I'm graciously compensated for everything I do. But this is the reason why I carry all this stuff, and I'm just a tool freak. So going to a job site without all this stuff would not feel normal to me. So anyway, that's about it from my garage. I will post another video here in a few weeks showing that new tool chest. And Matt and Trevor, I'm going to send another video here shortly in the coming weeks when the weather gets better, going over this 2024 Can-Am Defender that I bought. And I will probably do another video on this big-ass fan air cooler that I bought. I bought this a few months back, and I haven't used it yet, but it presumably will lower the temperature in the garage here during the summer, at least 25 or 30 degrees. So I'm going to do a whole video on that too. So, all right, shout out to Matt and Trevor, and until next time.